Tonight you're gonna see some breaking, and some rapping, and some breaking, and some scratching.
What's going on, gamers? Welcome back to week 2, episode 2, I should say, of Flavor of the Week Gamer. Got our huge response from everybody last week. I want to say thank you to everybody out there that gave me good criticism, bad criticism, everything. It was all helpful, and I'll take it and really make more out of the show with it. So I appreciate your guys' feedback. I want to give a special shout out to the people over at PC Gamer, at the forums over there at pcgamer.com. They were especially helpful and receptive, whereas most people, trolled, flamed, and banned me from a lot of forums. They were real cool over there and gave me some pointers and asked some questions, and I appreciate that. So shout out to the guys over at PC Gamer, and let's see here. Going to be a much shorter intro this time around. We're not going to do any of the who I am, what I'm doing, or any kind of that thing. If you guys want to know that, you can check out the first episode of the show, which is available on archive at e-rev.tv. So you guys can check that out, and I'll link it down at the bottom of this. I did want to answer a few questions that I had from various forums out there about the show here. As I'm going to get my mic set up a little bit better here, but I did have some questions asking me, is this going to be a rotating deal? Are you going to do MMOs one week, RTS the next week, FPS the next week after that, and then just sort of keep that thing rolling? Actually, no. I mean, it's going to be random, really. Like I said, I had the first few weeks planned out, and aside from that, it's really going to be just what game I'm playing that week. And like I said, I really do switch around quite a bit. So that's really what's going to go on with the show, and I'll keep doing it. And if you guys have something that maybe you want me to focus more on, then sure. And as always, if you guys have anything you want me to look at as far as games that you want on the air or anything like that you want me to take a look at that maybe I've never heard of, I would really appreciate that. So check out the email that I'll put down here at the bottom of the screen. You guys can send your tips and all that kind of stuff there. So without further ado, let's check out the game for this week. And I'm going to get a little bit better here with time in the green screen. It's going to be Company of Heroes Online, guys. Okay, so now stop. All right, just stop. Okay, all you guys out there that play RTSs that are like, oh my God, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Clearly, he doesn't know what's going on with this game, and this is a huge game. Everybody's heard of it. Now, I'm aware of that. Okay, now I know there's some bad news for this game coming up. So let me stop you before you even get started. I know, but I'm going to touch on that a little bit later. But I feel like this game is still an awesome game. It's fun to play. That's why I play it, and I'm an original co-head here. So I've played Company of Heroes since the beginning, and throughout the history of the releases of the game. So I know what's going on with the game. We'll touch on that a little bit later, but I still feel like it's worth everybody's time. And if you're an FPS player or an MMO player, perhaps you have never played Company of Heroes. So that's why we're going to touch on this. It is free to play, like I promised, and its roots are in Company of Heroes, of course, which I feel is one of the best RTS games of all time. You can argue with me if you want to, but I feel like they've really changed some things as far as being able to use, terrain to your advantage, not just 2D terrain in the sense of there's a wall here, I can't shoot over that, or there's a cliff there, I can't shoot, up over that or anything like that. With Company of Heroes, you can use user-generated terrain with, the craters, the sandbags, the trenches, all that kind of stuff. It was really, really cool, the way they did the targeting system and all that kind of stuff. So, without further ado, let's talk a little bit about this game. I'm going to roll some post-editing here, so you might not see me here as I might put some stuff up over my face. If not, I'll be on the green screen behind me. We'll take a look here. Okay, so Company of Heroes came out in 2006. They ran a game a year since then. So they had Company of Heroes, let's see here, Opposing Fronts. The Gold Edition came out the year after that. Tales of Valor came out in 2009, and then in 2010, they started with Company of Heroes Online, which was a free-to-play version of the original game with some pretty cool tweaks to it. So those of you that have played Company of Heroes Online is pretty different, and it's a lot of fun to take a look at. So what we're going to do here, without further ado, we will get to some gameplay footage. Okay, guys, here we are in the opening screen here of Company of Heroes Online in the game. I'm going to take a look at it. Here's where you guys create your commander. I have a commander already named. His name is Flavor of the Week Hans. He's a Wehrmacht. I always played Wehrmacht or Panzer Elite in the original Company of Heroes. So that's what I've been dabbling on here on this new account, so I can show you how stuff goes from the beginning. But let's make a new commander here. And as you can see, there's American and Wehrmacht, so you have only 2 choices here in Company of Heroes Online, whereas in the retail game, you'll have 4. So I'm going to pick American, I think, here, since I played Wehrmacht before. So let's go American. And here you guys could see the pretty picture and all that kind of stuff. It gives you a description, and you could pick your doctrine here. So you could have infantry, airborne, or armor for American. And then when you go to Wehrmacht, I believe you have terror, blitzkrieg, and defensive. So those are your different doctrines. And what those are, that sort of decides what you can actually do in the game in the sense of calling in airborne support with the recoilless rifles where you can drop them all over the map with airborne, or with infantry and armor and stuff like infantry. You get rangers. I've literally had nightmares about ranger spam in this game. And armor, you can get that Pershing, huge Pershing tank from the American side. So we're going to go army here, and we'll just go through this commander tree to show you how that works. So here's the commander tree. And this is where you get to pick your special abilities. And this is what is unique about Company of Heroes Online. You have your commander, you pick him beforehand, and then through this, you get to pick how your tree is going to work out, your commander tree. So this is the tutorial here. I just wanted to show you guys this, and this will take you guys through the basics of what you can look at here. So I'm going to pick the rocket barrage, a firestorm barrage, I should say.
But you can spend points to improve
and this is also where, as you can see, you can expand upon each tree here. So for each ability you have, you can make it stronger and stronger and stronger, and you get command points from experience in Company of Heroes Online, and that's how you pick these. So I've got mine picked out. And tell you what we'll do here, since we're in the tutorial, let's just take a look here. I was going to show you guys the Samoa Stomp, but I actually spawned on the wrong side of the map. And this is, I'm actually playing as Hans now, so this is going to be my German character, Wehrmacht character. And what I'm going to do here is show you guys sort of the base progression. And this is Victory Point here. If you guys see those big stars on the screen, there are 3 of those spread out across the map. And the goal is to control more of those than your opponent, and it will tick down these scores up here at the top from 500 to 0. The first person to get the other person down to 0 wins. So that is Victory Point control in Company of Heroes. So I'm going to start off making a couple pioneers here, which are engineers if you're American. And if I was playing on the other side of the map here, the Samoa Stomp would be located around these buildings with some machine gun placements and that kind of thing. So can't really get that going now, but maybe I'll flip around to the other side and show you guys what it looks like once you get the Stomp actually set up correctly. So building my base here. Going to get some infantry units out, some MG units out, things like that. So you guys can see the detail here. The map is grayed out because I haven't been there yet. And you could see these fuel points, munition points around the map here. So you have 3 resources in Company of Heroes. Check these guys out as you could zoom in here. You have 3 resources. You have manpower, munitions, and gas. And manpower is what you need, of course, to create units. And munitions is what you use to upgrade units or to use special abilities. And gas is what you use to create. You need it to create vehicles as well as mass upgrades for like, say, your entire army. So you have to control these different points around the map, and those are very, very important. And it's a lot of fun, playing back and forth, and have to be connected for you to get resources and all that kind of stuff. So I've got some units flowing out here now. I've got my first MG squad out, and hopefully this turns out okay on the video here, guys. Again, it's a really stellar. There's my first MG squad. It's going to be putting some fire down on some Americans here. They call them cowboys. The in-game commentary is actually very, very funny in this game. So shooting some cowboys up there as my Wehrmacht squads are getting out there and putting some machine gun nests. And here, you take a look at this. It shows you how you can position your guns specific directions. So you actually can use the terrain to your advantage. So you'll also notice as I'm hovering over things, you can have green cover, red cover, yellow cover. Green cover is the best cover, red cover is no cover, and yellow cover is kind of the middle of the road. Okay, guys, as you can see, I've sort of fast-forwarded here. I've actually restarted the game to swap sides here. You got my armored column and all that kind of stuff. I want to show you guys what actually happens when you get the Samoa Stomp going. So I've got my my Stug, my Big Panther, my Ostwind, and a Panzer IV, and then I have these Nebelwolfers now. I'm going to get a barrage off here so you guys can hear what these things sound like. They just sound wicked. I can't imagine actually, being there and hearing these things raining down on you. So listen to this. Just imagine hearing that and not knowing where it's coming from. And we'll watch this barrage hit here in the American base as, again, you can't see anything because I haven't actually been in the base yet. So I'm going to start it off with a barrage here before I come trucking across that water with my armored column. And as you can see, I got all my armored guys ready to go. I'm going to send them through, and then I'll follow it up with infantry here very shortly, and maybe my my PaK-38 and all that kind of stuff. So there's an M10 there. Try and get rid of him. As you can see, my Stug has some shells bouncing off of it there. getting shot in the back by my Ostwind as well, so a little friendly fire action there. That M10 should go down here eventually. But so here I am just rolling into the base, and this is annihilation rather than victory point. So this is like a base kill mode is what this is. And I did that so that I could show you guys all the units and that kind of stuff. Because generally in victory point, the games either end very fast or they go really, really long. And I didn't have time for that to go, over and over and over and over again for video. So get rid of this darn M10 that's being repaired right here. So I'll flip my Stug around and take a shot at him here. And the micromanagement in this game is awesome. The ability to shoot behind you, in front of you, the turrets, all that kind of stuff. So if you're good at micromanagement, then you can really do a lot of things against people that have a lot more gear than you. So they've got some last units coming out here. Got a flamethrower guy here flaming one of my tanks, and we'll see what happens to him here as my infantry moves in. Oh no! Oh, he blew up. As again, that's that cool physics of this game. He actually blew up there when somebody shot his tank. So I'm just destroying their base right now. And let's do another Nebelwolf Barrage here. I think we got time. Toss it on the back here and go listen to that and watch that again, because I think that's the sweetest thing about this game is the artillery. So there goes the Nebelwolf Barrage. And you know what? I think my guys are kind of close here, but I like to live dangerously. So yeah, there we go. I'm friendly firing myself all over the place here. I'll back those guys out of there. And their base should fall here pretty soon. And that would hopefully give me the victory here. So there's my armored column, all that kind of stuff. Again, Company of Heroes Online, guys. Free to play. So, for the gameplay footage, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll get back into the studio here in just a moment. All right, guys, we're back here in the studio. I could take the headset off now, as I'm not really in need of that anymore, and it makes my head look funny on the green screen. But so there you guys have it. There's some gameplay footage of Company of Heroes Online. Free to play. Awesome game. Now for the bad news, okay? The game ran for, months of Company Heroes Online. It was actually dedicated to somebody on staff that I think had passed away, and was a project that they had working on and all that kind of stuff. And so the game went live with Company of Heroes Online. And, it's going to go down at the end of March. So you still have about 2 months to play this game for free. Now, you're sitting there, you're thinking, okay, Eric just lied to me. Why did he tell me this was a free-to-play game if it's going to be gone in 2 months? Well, the answer is it's free to play for the next 2 months, and it's a great game. It's awesome. And if you guys go look for the retail version of the game, which has more qualities to it than just the online play, it's like $5. So if you guys are looking for an RTS game and you get to try this one for 2 months, 2 months of pretty much an open beta, if you will, for the game that you could buy for $5. I own all the games, and I still play the online version from time to time. So that's my reasoning behind that. I know it's going down March 31st, but you guys still have 2 months to check this game out and decide if you want to buy it for $5. And if not, enjoy it for 2 months, and you're done. If you want a game to sort of kill some time with, this is your answer right here. So that's Company of Heroes Online. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The graphics quality of the retail game is incredible, especially for the age of the game. The DX and all that kind of stuff is just awesome. The level of detail, the physics, the buildings exploding, the cars exploding, the tanks exploding. There's flying hoods everywhere. There's flames, everything. It's just great fun. And the ability to zoom in, zoom out. You guys can see all kinds of Easter eggs in the game and that kind of stuff. And the amount of maps out there for this competitively is actually pretty impressive. And each map, it's one of those things, much like StarCraft 2 or StarCraft or anything like that. You got to know the maps. You got to make the right choices to begin with. I showed you guys the Samoa Stomp, if you will. If you guys are familiar with Ko or anything like that, you'll recognize that. But if not, I showed you something that you guys can use to sort of clown on some people when you first start playing the game. The experience, all that kind of stuff, it's awesome. The online play is awesome. Lots of competitive play. And also the single players, I didn't mention that a whole lot. The single player is actually very, very fun. The campaign is awesome. There is a single player on the Company of Heroes Online version. So there's that for you guys to look at, as well as, all the tutorials, everything like that. So you guys can see if you like the game. Small download, didn't take me long, and I have horrible internet. And I think you guys will really enjoy it. Playing as, the American or the Wehrmacht, whether you're playing, airborne infantry armor for the Americans, you're playing terror, blitzkrieg, or defense there for the Wehrmacht. It's just a lot of fun. So that's my spiel on Company of Heroes Online, guys. That's the flavor of the week game, and that's what I've been playing. So hopefully you guys enjoy the show. Again, if you guys have any questions, comments, you hate me, you love me, anything like that, make sure you guys hit me up. My Twitter is now active and I know I have a Twitter. I'm so ashamed of myself, but Twitter is active at FOTWG on Twitter. So that will be Flavor of the Week Gamer, and I will post all of my shows coming up each week when they're going to be released. We're going to be going for a Saturday release on most things. Just because that's the time that works out for me. But again, they're able to be viewed all week long. And yeah, next week, guys, we're going to step into back into the FPS arena. It's going to be a third-person FPS, relatively new. You guys could probably guess it if you haven't, but if you haven't bought it, you should. And I'm going to show you guys why, because I have a lot of fun playing this game. And you know, I'm not out there advertising for any of the game companies or anything like that. So next week, tune in for a third-person shooter here. It's going to be our first true pay-to-play game. You have to buy it, so it's not free, but you guys will enjoy the game footage. I think it's awesome. It's a lot of fun, and the commentary on it is hilarious, so that's always a bonus, and we'll enjoy that. So until next week, guys, this was Flavor of the Week Gamer here on e-rev Network, and make sure you guys check out everything else and the previous episode of Flavor of the Week Gamer. So for everybody else here, my name is Eric Once-Polly. I was your host here for Flavor of the Week Gamer, and I am out of here, guys, until next week. Peace.